honor to be here. You know, in the words of Dr. John Maxwell, he says, everything rises and falls on leadership. So today we're celebrating leadership. We're celebrating the chairman, the chief executive officer of Choice International, Chief Diana Chen. A round of applause. Thank you very much. I mean, someone I like to call a visionary leader, an exceptional woman, someone who is playing in a field that is male-dominated, but does it with so much grace and is constantly breaking the bias. Can we celebrate her one more time?
Now, Chief Diana Chen is not just the chairman of Choice International, she's also the vice chairman of the China-Africa Business Council, a very high-powered council that ensures integration of business concerns of Chinese interests across the African continent, and she chairs the council for Nigeria. But what I love the most about our chief is that she is also 100% Nigerian. And there's nothing that, there's nothing that demonstrates this more than the fact that she is the Yeye Unile Aje of Iruland.
I love that. I mean, coming into Nigeria and totally imbibing our culture. I mean, she deserves another round of applause.
Moji, I think before the end of the day, we would have to look for a Yoruba name for her, right?
I second that motion.
Yeah.
I second that motion.
Even though there are some people, Chief, that would say with your business acumen, you deserve an Igbo name. Because you...
She can take it all up. It's okay. We're one big nation, so we're going to give her all the names.
Fantastic. All right, today we also want to celebrate, as we said earlier, Choice International, a conglomerate of different companies. I know that we have CIG Motors, we have Gree Air Conditioning, we have Lonta. Later on, we're going to celebrate you all, and we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely, celebrating the amazing products. I mean, today we're talking about the power of choice. And we can, with Choice International, we can only choose between quality and quality.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, to set the ball rolling and to do a proper introduction, it gives us great honor to welcome Mr. Victor Adebayo, who is the COO of Choice International Group. Make that round of applause loud for Mr. Adebayo.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the chairman of Choice International Group, Chief Diana Chen, the members of management, the CFO, and the other GMs for the respective businesses, representative of the Chinese Council here present, and then staff and members, I want to welcome every one of you to this laudable and great occasion. My task is very easy, and my job is very simple. We have had some conversations during our staff awards, and all we simply want to do is to reiterate what makes us tick and what makes us unique. Looking at Choice International, what is some of the culture that is acceptable for us as an organization? But before we do that, the first thing we do is, what is organization culture? How do we define it and stress it? We said culture is simply the personality of an organization. It's simply the way of life of an organization. There are different ways in types of cultures that we have. The next slide, please. We have 4 different types of cultures. And if you look at each and every one of them, they have their strengths, and of course, they have some of their opportunity areas. But one beautiful and unique thing about us at CIG is that we have this unique blend of all the cultures represented within our business. So start first, the clan culture. A very friendly place of work where people share a lot of things about themselves. If you ask our employees, there's a lot of interpersonal relationship amongst them. And maybe I can let you in on a little secret, that some of them are actually married to each other. You'll find out a lot more about it. It speaks a lot to who we are at Choice International. We have the hierarchy structure, which is a lot centered on respecting processes, systems, seniority, to be able to ensure we are not working in a chaotic environment. The next is adhocracy, We are a dynamic, entrepreneurial, and creative place to work. People have come up with beautiful ideas, and some of those ideas is what gave birth to the Lagos Right project, which is highly celebrated, not only in Nigeria, but across Africa as a whole. And then last but not the least is the market culture, where we are very result-oriented. We want the job to get done. And that tells you the rich blend of what makes us who we are. Quickly, the importance of culture, I've stressed all of these, helps us to be able to facilitate teamwork, helps for strategy and product innovation, and various other things that comes from there. The next slide, please. Now, some of the concerns we have highlighted before, I'm not going to stress too much of them here. We have always said it. It is not enough for us to just get the work done. It is also getting the job done with the right attitude, with the right behavior. Two things I will emphasize here. We do not worship barriers. When there is a challenge, please escalate to the next level of authority to be able to get those things sorted, because we want to be able to achieve the result. And then number two, never, never, never hide those ideas or suggestions you may have which can take the business to the next level. And a whole lot more. What do we then celebrate? Let's move on. We celebrate follow-up and follow-through. Oh, I've told them to do it and nobody's acting on it. Follow up and get it done. We also celebrate the fact that we always want to call what I call an idiot's guide to getting anything done. What does this mean? Document everything, such that any new person joins the business, he can read it and understands how to be able to get the job done and get the task done. Move on quickly. So, what is our reward philosophy? Move on. Performance and productivity. As you can tell, a business that is barely 7 years in Nigeria and already, trailblazing, we always want to reward people who have done all of this. And one last thing there you can see is we are very open to continuous learning and improvement. We will never shy away from getting that done. Next slide. Thank you very much for your time.
One more time, let's put our hands together for our very dear Mr. Victor Adebayo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Just before we watch the video that will be played shortly, I just want to reiterate the fact that in less than a decade, Choice International has consistently been blazing the trail. A round of applause, please, for Choice International. With the products, household, everyone chooses Choice International. We keep choosing Choice International. And today we're speaking about the power of choice. And it's incredible that we have the opportunity to chart the cause for the next few years, even as we get on the vision and get on the vision board. Sure.
And Mr. Victor Adebayo talked about culture, and that's very important. He talked about a friendly culture. And today is a holiday, so we want everyone to relax and be in a friendly mood. All right, so we want you to look to the person next to you and just give them a lovely smile. Okay, just give somebody a smile. All right, if you're not averse to giving them a fist bump, you might do that. If you're wearing your mask, you can wink at them. Just wink at the person to your left and to your right. Let's have a friendly some people are not doing it, so we're watching you. We want to have some friendliness in the room, some excitement in the room, because today we are celebrating. All right, so one more time, please put your hands together for yourselves, okay? All right, so as my co-host has said, really at Choice International, it's about the choice between quality and quality. And in every home, in every Nigerian home, in every Nigerian life, there is a product from Choice International for everyone. And today we just want to see the choices that are available. Let's go.
Everyone faces different challenges. One may feel lonely, disappointed, trapped, unhappy, wronged, unrecognized. So what? Why not make some changes? Cross boundaries. to discover new territories, broaden your horizons, to explore the unknown, break stereotypes, to create wonder. Think differently, to encounter novelty. Everything you desire, just go for it. Dare to change, to live, to feel, to discover. Put your heart into what you do to embrace a better future. Go and change.
GAC Motor.
What is a masterpiece? Is it authentic, artistic, or absolute? Does it give you full control from 6 meters apart? Or have total control across vast lands? Will it stand the surge of currents or convert the rush of water into power? Does it refresh you like cool mists or uplift like nature's warm spring? It takes all in one to define a true masterpiece.
All right, fantastic. Well, clearly with Choice International, it's about innovation, it's about technology, it's about quality, it's about products and services that improve the lives of Nigerians and the customers of the different products on offer. So right now, we actually want to celebrate the different companies and products that are represented by their staff here. All right. Earlier, when the video of GAC Motors played, there was an enthusiastic clap. So can I hear a round of applause from the staff of GAC Motor, CIG Motors? They seem to be the most represented.
Can we have a round of applause from the staff of Lonto? Okay.
Okay. Lonto came with a little shout. That's some
A little energy, we love that.
some excitement there. Is gray air conditioning in the building?
Okay, it just got better.
It's like we have to start again to understand because are we going to use the level of shout to gauge or should we do it again? GAC Motor. Lonto.
Okay, let's do this. Green air conditioners. Okay, ably represented, we see you. And we're celebrating you all, every single one of you. Today we're celebrating excellence. Excellence that has birthed an excellent organization. And without the excellent staff, there can't be an excellent organization. So We're celebrating every single one of you.
All right, we have awardees, and we're going to go right into the video.
Style with the simple pleasures of life, like the Gree Smart function from your phone. A difference that sets your style and creativity apart from the rest. You can always find your place anywhere and anytime with the Gree power of cool. And to be the world's #1 choice, it's no easy feat. That's because Gree always stands ahead in the game with innovation and technology. While I try to be the best in everything I do, times I appreciate most are with my family. And knowing with Gree, my family will always be taken care of, I never have to worry. When you have a partner in Gree, every day is a cool day.
I joined the company in November 2020 as an assistant in the management department. Currently, working as HR executive. So I would say I actually started off my career here.
I joined CIG Motors 18 years ago as the senior service manager, and ever since it's been a very rewarding experience.
I came in as showroom/sales executive. I was moved to the CEO office as the executive assistant to the chairman. While at it, I was working with the HR unit, so I was able to gather enough skills from this unit to become who I am today.
I have been working in Choice International Group more than 12 years. I have worked in different departments in the group, such as logistics department, London sales department, and current automobile department. I have the opportunity to learn and get in touch with knowledge in different fields, met different people, and have traveled to many states in Nigeria.
I started as a sales support for the open trade department, where I work with the sales executive in processing customers' order, and I also supervise the supply down at the warehouse, where in 2021, that was last year, in June, I was promoted to the position of a sales executive.
I started as a finance assistant in 2018. By 2019, I was already an accountant in the company, and 2021, I was promoted to the position of a senior accountant, and here I am today, receiving an award as a high flyer for year 2021.
I have worked in Choice International for 7 years, and I have grown from an assistant to a manager.
I've been here since November 2017. I started as a sales support for my Chinese supervisor then. So later I was promoted. In 2018, I was promoted to sales executive. Then in 2019, I was promoted to senior sales executive. Then in 2020, I was promoted to sales supervisor, which I'm still holding till now.
I joined in Choice International in July of 2013 as a sales assistant for Lonto. And I have been promoted as the secretary to chairman in 2014. And after 3 years, I was promoted as the deputy HR manager of the group. And that means that Choice International almost 9 years.
I'm the current B2B sales supervisor. I joined the company in March 2020. When I started off, I was a B2B sales executive. But because of my passion and the need for me, individual, I wanted the company to see my value, and I also wanted to contribute positively. This enabled me to grow from being a sales executive to a B2B sales supervisor.
When I joined CIG initially, I was working as a technician. Then in the year 2019, I won the award as the best technician of the year. That got me a promotion. I was promoted to the post of a service advisor for SKD and also the warehouse personnel. So my stay in CIG has been a very wonderful and challenging one.
I came to Nigeria when I just graduated from the university. Yes, chairman bring me to Nigeria. On the beginning, I just as the finance assistant, as cashier. And then after 2 years, I learned more about the job. Then I promote to treasury head. Then I promote to CEO office. And then I'm been here more than 6 years. So I'm the longest Chinese staff in Nigeria.
So CIG is a brand and communication company that uses brand to sell its products. So we're into the business of buying and selling, but rather than doing the traditional buying and selling, we use branding and communication to sell. So, and we have under our umbrella 3 major brands. 2 are Fortune 500 company, GAC, GRI, and then long-term brand as well. The vision of the company is to become #1 in every sector we find ourselves. We have a goal in CIG that says 2023, we want to be the #1 automobile brand in the country. So GAC today is not just any automobile brand, but it is, I would say, one of the fast growing automobile brands in Nigeria. And we're doing the same with Gree now, with the signing of the ambassador with Stephen Linus and other things we've been able to do. We're marketing Gree heavily in Nigeria. And for Longton, that is one product we have that needs no marketing. It's the biggest rechargeable product in Nigeria and Pan-Africa as well. So those are the kind of plans that we have. And these plans are achievable by having a very strong management team. And over time, we have metamorphed from being just a small group to a very large group, more than 500 people working for CIG across the group now.
The best part of working in CIG is that CIG has a way of bringing out your potentials. It has a way of pushing you to bring out the best in you. It has a way of giving you opportunity to express yourself, to actualize your dreams and goals. That's the best part of working in CIG Motors.
For me, I would say that CIG Group does not discriminate. When I joined the company, I was chanced to become a sales executive without experience in sales, to be very honest. But because I knew my capability and I knew I would contribute positively to the company, it enabled me to serve and to grow and to be who I am today. By being part of CIG Group, I've been able to gain a lot of confidence. I've been able to understand the products, understand the market, and also to express myself to the customers, which gives me the chance to sell.
CIG is a very interesting place to work. And to be honest, one of the things I find very unique is the way it builds you to become something that you didn't imagine that you could become. You know, when you apply for a job, you just apply, or you have an interview, even if it's a headhunt. You know, you just go and think, oh, I want to do what I know how to do. But when you step into CIG, they have an underlying language that teaches you strengths, teaches you resilience.
Choice International is a company that makes you stand on your toes, as in you have to be a go-getter. Everything must be positive, everything must be achievable, no excuses. So with that, I'll be able to develop myself and strive harder to be able to achieve or get any set goals I have in front of me.
So I've learned to be persistent. I don't get tired. I don't take no for an answer. I try to push till I get what I want.
Like John Maxwell would say, tell me what to do, don't tell me how to do it, and I'll surprise you in my ingenuity. That has been my concept. I believe very much in teaching, bringing out the best in people by showing them how to achieve success and watching them grow.
I will put these words also in my own keywords. It's the ownership. Yes, if you want to be the leaders, ownership is very important. It is not only for your working capability, your heart, you need to belong to this company. Whatever situation happens, the first important thing you think is for the company. They have this ownership, they will drive you to manage a different level.
Believe me, no matter which position you are in Choice International Group, as long as you willing to pay and put your heart into it, growth will always shine. So come on, my Choice International staff, let's work together.
For me, success is relative actually. People would naturally take away things if they do not feel you are able to perform.
So the management has been very, very fantastic to ensure that all of what we have done is successful.
The title of the award that I'm being given in this 2022 Choice International Excellence Award event is Pioneer Award. And if you understand the English meaning of pioneer, it's almost like a founder. And I didn't join the company 20 years ago. Being a pioneer in CIG, it's not about how long you spend in the company. It's about how effective the time you spend is. So even if you're just 1 month old in a company and you have the heart of ownership, you want to take ownership of the brand, the company, the vision of the company, and you are able to take ownership of the position you find yourself, That is a value the company is looking for.
The goal for the award is encouragement, to encourage staff, to make them realize that you are appreciated for what you do.
I was so happy to win the Future Star Award in 2021. Thank you, company and my leaders. This is the affirmation of the company for my personal ability. Also, it is a kind of encouragement for me to do a good job in the future. Thank you.
Every hard work has a reward. Even though you don't get today, trust me, yours is still coming. Just keep doing what you're doing, put in your best effort and everything. Trust me, your own is going to come.
The lesson I learned personally, and I would always love to share, is that everything is possible. It just tells me as a young person that, bro, you can actually put work and you can actually get results.
For junior staff that wants to be in this position in the future, there's only one way about it. Wherever you find yourself, be the owner of that position, be the CEO of that small office. Even if you're a driver, you must be the boss in that place. I want to use this opportunity to encourage you all to go beyond just being a staff, to taking ownership of every position you find yourself.
And when you see awards like this, they are celebrations from the company, telling you have done well. We're also happy to showcase the world what you have done for us, and it is nothing short of the best.
It gives me a great pleasure to receive the 2021 Excellence Award from my dear group. It's the most sacred, proud, and meaningful honor for me, which represents the group's recognition of my work, and I will definitely keep working hard.
I actually wasn't expecting anything, but I put in my best to my job, which I believe was what actually pointed me out as one of the best.
Firstly, I'm glad that CIG can recognize this skill in my deliverables day to day, year to year. I've received it a few times, and I'm very proud to say that. I'm happy to not have reduced my standards. I will only aim for something bigger, something higher.
It needs us, CIG staffs and intelligence, to working for it, fighting for it, generation after generation. No matter you from China, Nigeria, or any other country, let's go together. We believe in it. Thank you.
It's my great honor to get this award. Yeah, it's also the way to for the company to say maybe I also do a good job in the past 1 year.
And it gives me so much joy because I feel it's a reward for my hard work, consistency, and tenacity. I've been very, very diligent in executing my tasks. It will definitely be you next year sitting in this seat, being awarded and being celebrated.
I want to talk about my chairman. So because she's the first person to bring me out of the country. So I followed her to Nigeria for my first time in 2014. And I can see in the past 8 years, the group of our company and also the promotion of the influence of our brands in Nigeria under the leadership of Chief Diana Chen.
But when it comes to the business aspects, my chairman inspires me so much. I like her energy. She's a go-getter. When she sets her eyes on something, she gets it. She doesn't give up till she gets what she needs.
She's been very supportive to me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with and for her.
And I would like to express my sincerely appreciations again to Choice International and our chairman for giving me the encouragement and inspirations I have always had.
She's someone that I admire a lot because there's nothing she sets her mind to do that she doesn't achieve.
Yeah, the management headed by Mrs. Chief Diana Chen, she has been very, very superb. She has been very supportive.
Great hosts make great women. This is not easy in the current international situation, but our chairman led us to move forward and overcome all difficulties. She always teaches us nothing is impossible. I like Choice. It's a big family. I believe the future of the Choice will be more splendid and wonderful. Thank you very much.
I firmly believe no pain, no gain. I will continue to work harder, reach our company blooming business and great achievement. Thank you.
For my team member, okay, please do your effort. Once you do your effort, after several years, you will appreciate the effort you do now and the effort you do in the project.
Past 20 years, I'm really learn a lot from our chairman. She always give me opportunity and training me and made me believe that nothing is impossible. We need to learn and break unlimited on ourselves.
I would like to thank my colleagues, thank my leadership, my bosses for giving me this opportunity, putting me on this pedestal. It really means a lot to me. I'm
very, very happy. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Chief Diana and Mr. Roman. And this award is not only me, it's for all of the entire team here.
I also wish to take this occasion to express my thankfulness to a special lady, my dear Chief Diana. Thanks for your tolerance and inclusion. I will spare no effort to make contribution to Choice International Group.
Let's work together for a better choice and a better life. Thanks.
I will be more dedicated to the work and continue to learn to improve the work skills and do my part for the development of company with practical actions.
With my mother, Chief Diana Chen, she always correct me and always give a word for my hard working. So working in CIG Motors is not only the work now, it's beyond a love for me. And with this love, I starting with the new life, the next of the life for me. I find a husband, my better life in Nigeria. So we will start the new life in the next steps. I'm so happy I have this opportunity, can stay in CIG Motors. My chairman and also my colleagues always support me, encourage me, let me can grow up. When I just joined, I'm just a young girl, but now I have more confidence to facing different challenge, to facing different people. So thanks for that, thanks for all their support.
Yes, you can make that round of applause louder. You know what, Moji? I think if we have any of the awardees here, we'd like for you to rise so that we can just celebrate you in the room. So if you won an award and you were on that video, please rise to your feet. Let's just celebrate them, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Congratulations to all the winners and recipients of awards. I think, Sean, you'd agree with me that the greatest asset of any organization is to have dedicated, passionate staff who buy into the vision and also just run with it.
Absolutely, and as someone in the video said, who also take ownership. And I think that's what has been celebrated here today. So congratulations to all the awardees. We believe that, as they say, the reward of good work is more work.
More work.
So expect more work. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a celebration, as we said earlier. You know, in Nigeria, we like to do Thanksgiving. So you have won award. It's now time to do Thanksgiving. But you can do the Thanksgiving on your seats. We have the very notable Sharp Band who are going to entertain us for a bit. Was there something you wanted to? Okay, so we're going to have Sharp Band entertain us for a few minutes. We want you to, be excited. We want to lift the atmosphere in the room right now. And when we come back, we're going to tell you a little bit about the brand story
the journey of Choice International so far.
Fantastic. So can we put our hands together for Sharp Band? So one more thing before we go. I just want to clarify. The two people that proposed to each other, did they meet at Choice International? They met at Choice International. Wow. If you are single, raise up your hand. Let me pray for you. May the Lord open your eyes. Sharp Band.
Over to you now.
Take it away.
When I wake up in the morning, love,
and the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then something we don't wanna learn that bears heavy on my mind. So when I look at you, and the world's alright with me, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. See, and the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face. There's someone else instead of me, always seems to find a way. So then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. So just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, 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 a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Listen, woo! Come on, check, woo! Yes. Listen, just like candy, I can feel it when you walk, even when you talk, it takes over me. Just like candy, I wanna know if you feel it too, just like I do. Woo! The stuff is starting now. It's to say you feel it. I always seem to get around you. I'm just saying, I'm gently taken by the mere thought of you. Woo! The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. Woo! The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. Just like candy, I can feel it when you walk, even when you talk, it takes over me. Just like candy, I wanna know if you feel it too, just like I do. Woo! The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. Woo! The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting now. The stuff is starting. Just like candy, 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 oh candy. Woo! Yeah, inside, inside, and four. Come on, hold back, hey, inside, two side, one time. Let's go. Woo! Yeah. Right now is the time for the celebration. Are you ready? Whoa, 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 yeah. Said I know that is somebody's celebration today somewhere. And I know somebody's gonna celebrate tonight somewhere. I know one thing's for sure, I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes and go out and step the whole way through. I'm gonna, and I'm gonna, oh yeah. yeah. And go understand the whole way through. I'm gonna, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna stand, woo. Then I'm gonna groove, yes. Groove in the name of love. Whoa, I wait till somebody else gets up. I wanna be the first one to hit the floor. So tell the DJ to turn it up. Cause it feels good, dancing to this remix makes me wanna step. It's a cut. Then I'm gonna groove, yeah. I'm gonna step. Then I'm gonna groove, yeah. Groove in the name of love, yeah, yes. One time, sing it. If you don't know, it's still the shot band. Oh yeah. Listen, when you try me, stood right by me, make live love me highly, smoking on my only love, my only one. You're my wifey, making my life complete sweet. But you know when I flip a sweet free, only when it comes for me, see. That's why I'm my wifey. Yeah, you didn't know, that's how my mind blown. Oh, jump on the club or blow like what? Had to have it back. So you was sad, cause I just sad, cause I let my best friend cry. You was in line, that's when you caught my eyes, girl. You are so beautiful. So beautiful. You are so critical. So critical. You look so good to show. Something about you is everything. You are mine. Smoking on my only one, my only one. Oh yeah, sweet, yeah, wifey. You know you're sexy too. I like your attitude. I ain't even mad at you. Girl, it's still my boy. It a praise the weave, a skirt and jeans, still my thing. Baby, girl, come do your thing. So glad you on my team. You are so beautiful. Beautiful. You are so critical. So critical. You look so cool to show. Something about you is everything. You are. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, make that round of applause loud for Sharp Band one more time.
And now we will be watching the Choice International event and brand story.
What makes a vision become a reality is a strong belief best expressed through enduring commitment and dedication. A dream conceived in the minds of only a select few within the great city has materialized into an exceptional master plan, connecting cities, harmonizing differences, and uniting people. With the right technologies that have birthed some of the biggest ideas felt by all today. While others might be happy to just plant flags in developed economies, we saw differently and spread our tentacles further to a land filled with hope, dreams, and potential. With its people jostling against all odds to attain perfection, maximizing their destinies to the fullest, stemming mainly from its striking cultural differences, all summed up to form its true source of strength that forges them ahead as the most populous black nation, making it a partnership with purpose. A purpose made for more. Going beyond the limits of physics and kinetics, distilling the difference between man and machine, to inspire in us the right drive to greatness. A purpose that gives you power at will to challenge the status quo from reliance to independence. Leveraging renewable sources to make the dream of uninterrupted electricity a reality. A purpose reminding us all that good air is free. Deconstructing the scarcity of comfort to make it a basic necessity for all of mankind. The time has come for you to realize that there is more to the power you have, to the drive you have, to the freedom you have. Make the right choice. Choice International Group, your power of choice.
At every point in life, we all search for something for the road. Sometimes we find it, sometimes we don't. But when we do, when the road gets tough, the tough is GN8. GAC Motors, engineered for nature, designed for pleasure.
My name is Adama Okafor. My story changed when I made the right choice. I knew I was going into business with the world's largest air conditioning manufacturer brand, and also the Nigeria's largest rechargeable electronics manufacturer brand. I now boast of owning a business that guarantees me 6 to 8 times turnover and a 45% annual rate on returns. Plus, I have been able to recoup my initial investment within the first 3 years of the business. Moreover, with my partners, I trust in being provided with tastefully furnished brand shops that always get the customers and convert sales. The best part, my business can run across different regions in the country without my presence. You can choose to build a business by yourself with all the hard work, or you can choose to do it faster with the right partners, like I did.
Baby.
Yeah.
BC said Bode gave her his password for her to find something.
What? What is she looking for? That girl is something else.
Baby, can you trust me with your password? Baby, password.
What? My phone is almost dead.
Okay, fine, I'll get the charger.
Musa, put off the gen now.
Maybe next time, babe.
Baby, are you sweating?
Yeah.
Your surprise proposal with your music.
Lontor, power at will.
Gree is a public company in China, and it becomes #1 air conditioner manufacturer in the world since the last 12 years. We introduced Gree into Nigeria in the year 2016, and since then we are building Gree as a world brand. For example, the biggest refinery factory in Africa, that's Dangote refinery, they are using our Gree AC, and so you can see a massive Gree air conditioner provide the best cooling for this biggest refinery factory. At the same time, all the railway stations across the country, like the one Abuja to Kaduna, Lagos to Ibadan, all the railway stations are also air cooling systems.
Another one is the Likey site have a new port, so that we can work together with the Nigeria future. I think these 3 major projects is the future of Nigeria. So I'm happy to partner of the history.
Our volume, since we started in the last 7 years, has been steady growth. But in 2022, we are taking a quantum leap, going for 105,000 units in 2022. And we are looking at 2025, we should be achieving 200,000 units in Nigeria. And this will include both residential and commercial air conditioners.
When we introduce the Gree into the market in Nigeria, we don't just put it as the commercial sense, we also try to introduce into this country manpower programs. That's why we try to let all the technicians in Nigeria can get some training and some education from the technical of Gree can bring in. At the same time, we also use crewmen as empowerment programs. We target to have over 100,000 different youths to plug into this platform to get the consistent training from us. At the same time, we also provide the job to them.
Gree Crewman training exceeded my expectations because Gree has all equipment, all personnel, both the Chinese and both Nigerians, who are there experienced at what they do. They train you for the duration of the first 3 months where you are under probation as to franchising you into what you are being employed for. I feel what I went through is one of the best trainings so far when it comes to HVAC technologies.
Our goal, our vision is to make the #1 air conditioner brand in Nigeria. We have the best quality of the air conditioner.
I'm sure, like you all know me, I have sort of like worked my way to make sure that whatever I do is of good quality. I'm very excited and happy to be your brand ambassador, and I look forward to wonderful things for this brand.
My customer, from my dealers, my distributor, all of them feedback are very good.
Feedback from the customers, I must tell you, it's exciting, it's encouraging, because of the quality of their brand. The Gree AC happens to be one of the ACs that uses the new gas, which is the RO410, and that enhances the quality of cooling within the room and all that.
We've had very seamless reports about poor quality, poor presentation of Gree in terms of functionality. So most of the investors are happy to distribute Gree air conditioners. They're also happy to partner with us. And this project is what we're going to drive in the entire 2022 to ensure we'll have investors on board in every state of the nation, as well as dealers who will act as a pool from these state distributors.
Yeah, in the next 5 years, definitely we want to help the country or help the people to develop better economy in the country, at the same time to have more jobs, and the people can enjoy the best quality of air conditioner.
What she wants to do is build a team here, build a brand, can provide the best air conditioner products from the residential AC, from the commercial AC.
Apart from the market share we want to target, at the same time we also want to do the technical transfer to the people. So that kind of social responsibility, it is our deep in heart mission we want to carry on it.
The vision is to ensure that out of every 3 air conditioner you have in Nigeria, green must be one of them.
So my message to Chinese or our other Chinese business friends that Nigeria or Africa had the huge and biggest market, there's no doubt, but you should be ready to come and develop here from the top of the mind to the feet. You can get a lot of legends, successful story from this name.
All right, celebrate Choice International one more time. Thank you. You know, watching all the videos was very inspirational for me, because if someone had asked me, Shion, I would actually say that they have been here for maybe 2 decades.
Yeah.
But in less than 1 decade, you see everything happening here. It's truly, truly inspirational and aspirational. You know, especially doing business in Nigeria, you know how it can be very intense with all the laws and all the, you know, it's a very volatile environment. So we celebrate a truly transformational leader who is doing amazing things, who keeps dreaming and who keeps birthing new visions to sustain this. And we know how COVID-19 was. A lot of companies haven't even recovered from it. But not Choice International. We keep birthing new dreams. We keep, you know, building new products and building new partnerships. So one more time, just celebrate yourselves for working for such an amazing organization.
It takes a special type of courage and tenacity to survive and to thrive in Nigeria, as you've said. And we really just want to, you know, celebrate you all. The last time I saw you was at an International Women's Day event.
Actually, right.
Yes. And the theme was Break the Bias. I think it's safe to say that our chief, Diana Chen, has broken the bias by leading this organization with such astute, visionary leadership. Let's celebrate Chief Diana Chen one more time.
You know, when I was watching the video whilst they interviewed the awardees, one of the things that most people said was she's very inspirational. She inspires them. And truly, she's very inspirational, because if you look at the industry, it's male-dominated. And then when you see a woman doing amazing things, just championing causes and just leading fearlessly with grit, resilience, and so much passion, it just says a lot that we can truly break the bias, because she's doing it effortlessly. I mean, she's won several awards, one of which is the Auto CEO of the Year prize at the prestigious Nigerian Auto Journalist Awards. And she's the first recipient of that award. I think she deserves another round of applause.
I'm sure that the chief loves all the companies equally, but I think it's interesting that she's wearing a GAC motor cap today. I don't know if that says that that's her favorite of the children in the group. Does that say anything? Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. All right. We hope that everyone is having a good time. If you're having a good time, let me hear you say, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
my people are here. All right, so we want Sharp Band to be on standby. We're going to take a break. Now, with this break, we want you to shake it up a bit. You know, we know you've been on your seats for a while. We're going to go into our Fire and Ice interactive sessions very soon, which might be a bit academic. At the start of the day, we told you that we want to cast the vision of the organization going forward. Okay, so we just proceed. Okay, fantastic. All right, so we're just going to go right into it. Our chairman has overruled us.
All right, so we'll invite our first speaker, a junior level presentation. Please Give it up for Nike Ilo. A round of applause as she comes up. Nike Ilo. I know she's one of the awardees as well, so celebrate her. Congratulations, Nike.
What does it mean?
And well done for everything that you do to make Choice International a successful brand.
It goes beyond working at Choice International Group. What does it mean to be a Choice ambassador? It goes beyond working at Choice International Group to having the power of choice reflecting in you. As fire that drives you from within to surpass the unachievable. As ice that makes you stay relevant and well appreciated. As light that makes you a source of inspiration. All three elements come together to form the perfect identity. An identity that defines who you are. A Choice ambassador with the power of choice.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chairman and the top management seated here today. My name is Adenike Ilo, and I'm a senior accountant for Choice International Group, and I'm here to talk about my journey since 2018. I joined Choice International Group as a young, dynamic accountant. I started off as a finance assistant for Lonto iTech, and I was overseeing the financial operations of Lonto iTech. I started off as a finance assistant, and I quickly rose to the position of an accountant in the year 2019 due to my tenacity, my choice, my will, and I was recognized and promoted in the system. In the year 2021, I was also promoted to the position of a senior accountant, where I oversee the financial operations of Lonto iTech and CIGE Home. So it's also stemming from my willingness to take up challenging roles within the organization, filling gaps for other colleagues that are not available presently, and giving more roles and tasks within the organization. I was able to rise to the challenge on either occasion that arises at any moment. I was nominated and I received an award for excellence of High Flyer in the year 2021, both locally and internationally, which has given me the passion and the grace to be here with you today. I currently oversee the financial operations of Lonto iTech and CIGE Home, where I oversee their operations, I dish out advice where necessary, and I take on roles and responsibilities where necessary. Some of my CIG tasks and responsibilities, I deal majorly with sales collections and reports, where I had to generate reports on how much collections has been made, how much sales has been made, and then I forward to my line manager, who in turn gets to report on that and all. I generate reports, receivables and aging, where I get to report on which entities or which customers are in the credit facility of the company. Customer statements and balances, where I get to interact with clients, customers, where they get their statements, when I analyze it for them where possible so that they can know their standing within the organization as at when due. And I train new recruits into the department and into the entity at large. My challenges and solutions and sacrifices, time constraints, majorly. You know, when you ask most people, they say that time constraints is something that everybody deals with. Oftentimes, I feel like 24 hours is not enough in a day. But then I see it and I'm like, when there are so many deadlines, so many reports to work on, and then 24 hours isn't enough. So what did I do? I timed myself based on the reporting timeline. I timed myself on what to do. And then I pick up the most important task of the day with a short time reporting timeline. So I work on that, and then I move to the next available one. That's how I get my task done, in order for me not to delay, because once there's a delay from my end, it automatically delays the next person. So in order not to delay the next person, I'm able to work and time myself on how to achieve my reporting timeline and not delay further. Staff bandwidth. Oftentimes we have issues of staff leaving and then there's a vacancy in the department. In order for that not to happen, I have to step up my game and fill in the gap for whoever is absent at the moment. That's how I've been able to manage myself, to manage my time, and the management of Choice International has been seeing all that, and they've rewarded me accordingly by promoting me, giving me more tasks. Like somebody said earlier, that the reward for hard work is more work. And they've been doing that, and they've been appraising me along the way. Report automation. Oftentimes, some of my work demands that I do a whole lot of paperwork. But for now, it has been like there's automation going on where everything will have to be automated. They had to cut short on the lots of paperwork that is going on. How has CIG impacted me? Day in, day out, coming to work on a daily basis, CIG has pushed me to be more than I am myself. I'm not more than this, but CIG has shown me the path to which I should follow. And they've pushed me, they've rebranded me, they've been able to give me a voice and a spirit and a platform in which I can operate on a daily basis. I have the rare privilege of becoming the best version of myself on a daily basis as I grow on the job. It has not been easy standing in for people, doing my duties, a whole lot of reporting lines dependent on me, dependent on my work. It has not been easy, but Choice pushes you to be more. It pushes you to do better. It pushes you to rebrand yourself, and that's why I find myself here today. I've learned to push myself out there, irrespective of the circumstances and situation. Like I said earlier, this is not me, but Choice has been able to rebrand me and to bring me on this honorable platform to speak with each one of you here today. On a normal day, I'm a very shy person. I don't talk in the midst of people, but here I am standing on this exalted stage, talking to everybody, because Choice has given me that will. They've given me that passion. They've given me the grace to stand here before you people and speak even boldly to you to encourage everybody about my journey at Choice International Group. CIG has given me a voice and a platform to showcase my talent and skills. Like I said earlier, I'm a very shy person. I don't take it lightly when they call on me to come and train new recruits into the system. I believe, like, sometimes I feel shy, but when I stand on the stage, I get to gather myself together and speak about my passion, speak about what inspires me at Choice International Group, and how to grow the new recruits into the system, how to blend them, how to onboard them into the system, and it has been going well. He has given me a very solid support base that launches me into new fields and responsibility. One thing that nobody can take away from me is the support base that Choice has given to me. From each department, I want to appreciate everyone, because standing here alone is not by my will, is not by my choice, but it has been one support or the other from each and every one of you seated here today, even down to the China office. There's no time when I call, when I have challenges, when I face challenges, and then I call somebody, even at the China office, even at odd hours, they are there to help me. Even if they are not able to provide solution to me, at that point in time, they will tell me, Nikki, rest. Tomorrow morning, I'll send you the solution, and then it will work out. And even before I wake up by my Nigerian time, because, you know, we have 7 hours difference between China and Nigerian time, by the time I wake up, there's solution waiting for me in my inbox, or somebody is calling me to tell me, Nikki, this thing has been resolved. You can go ahead and do this, go ahead and do that. That's the kind of support that CIG has given to me, right even unto this moment, and I do not take that for granted. Exciting days are ahead as I take on more dynamic and challenging roles within the department and the organization. It has not been easy, but with the support of everybody, I believe everything is going to go on smoothly. My hopeful plans for 2022, continuous dedication to Choice International Group. There is nothing more rewarding than being celebrated here today. I stand here, not only myself, but with other awardees, to say that if you are more dedicated, you have a long way to go at Choice. Choice has given you the room, the platform to express yourself in different dynamic ways. So there's continuous dedication to Choice International Group. Upward review of the internal control system of the organization. At any given point in time, when there are new recruits or when challenges comes up, there's always a time to stand up and help out for everybody. Develop and implement more concrete systems to enhance the smooth operation of the entities. Continuous delivery of stellar performances of the job at all times. It has not been easy, but it's something that is doable and it is achievable. So with the hopeful plans of 2022, everything is going to go well, I believe, by God's grace. Personal development goals by taking on dedicated courses to enhance and boost my capabilities, like financial analyst course, bagging my chartered accountancy certification, and also enrolling for an MBA. CIG group has given me that platform that I shouldn't be complacent. I shouldn't just sit because, okay, salary is coming from somewhere. I should always desire to embrace myself, to go all out there, to launch myself out there, and be able to achieve more with the platform that has been given unto me. Thank you very much. God bless you. Especially, I want to say a special appreciation to our chairman, the delectable, impeccable chairman, Chief Diana Chen, who has been very supportive. She's a very, very goal-getter. She pushes you to do more. Even when you don't feel confident in yourself, she pushes you to do more. So I want to say, please, let's give 3 bossas to our dear chairman. 1, 2, 3, go. Bossa, bossa, bossa. Thank you, chairman, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much, Nike, for your amazing presentation. So 3 bossas for the impeccable, the delectable, the amazing, the outstanding, a visionary leader, Chief Diana Chen. Thank you so much. You are truly raising a new generation of leaders, people who are taking responsibility. You know, when I was listening to Nike, I was like, okay, I hope the HR person is here. I'm going to forward my CV because I want to work in this organization. The passion with which Nike delivered her presentation was palpable. You could feel it. And you can tell that she's happy working in this organization. So well done for your amazing leadership. A round of applause one more time for her. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm still sending my CV, by the way, so HR, I have the soft copy here, so it's okay, expect it. All right, and thank you also for empowering your employees, because when you empower your employees, it tells on the bottom line and the vision, so they run with the vision. So it's really exciting that I'm here today. I mean, I'm also learning for when I become that leader that I want to be. So thank you for inspiring us to be better. Thank you for inspiring us to be resilient and to be hardworking. Next presentation will be by Heman Tan. Please join me as I make welcome Heman Tan. He'll be delivering the presentation for the mid-level staff. Thank you very much. Heman Tan. Okay.
So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, my chairman, Chief Diana. Good afternoon, my vice president, Mr. Nanos. Good afternoon, my CFO, COO. Good afternoon, Mr. Jubir. Good afternoon, Mr. Roman. So, and today is the vacation for the Muslim friends. So in this hall, which one is Muslim friends, I want to say to you, Eid Mubarak to all of my Muslim friends. Thank you. So first of all, I want to talk about my role played in last year. I have many roles in last year: project manager, equipment manager, civil engineer, okay, process engineer, quality engineer. So you will think, how can I do so many professional areas? So what support you? Support me? Is the craftsman's spirit. What's the craftsman's spirit? It's from Chinese made. from Chinese factory. You know, craftsman spirit is a professional spirit, okay? They have three items. First one is professional quality, professional ability, and professional ethics. So what's the professional ethics? Professional ethics is it is the embodiment of the process. It's when you do your job, you regard them serious. Any defects, any fails, you will solve before you deliver to others. You not deliver others 70% or 80% products to other person. And in the factory, you not deliver 80% of products to list station. So this the ethics. So this one is professional ability. When you solve all the problem in your job, you not deliver the fails, the defects to other person, you solve them by yourselves. So your ability will improve in your experience and in your work. So this one is professional quality. So once you finish the first two items, everything goes through you. It will be a quality job. And you hand over to your leaders, hand over to the Choice International is a good result. So for my main plan in the 2020-22, I have three main plans till now. Hand over VI for its job at the Q2. So at the left is the design joy. At the right is the net show in the net. The second one main plan is hand over Abuja for its workshop at the Q2 also. I have two months to finish it, and till now, already 60% have done. So the main plan, the third one is hand over OBA Industry Zoo at Q3. Now for our relocation work, it's already 80% finished. And our production line is already started to installation at the 29th of April. And in around 3.5 months, we can finish the installation. So my new roles at 2022, just give to me is the GM of OBA Industry Zoo. So for me, they have three another big jobs. The first one is set up the operation team at OBA. So when I do the project, I play so many roles in the project, but for the operation, I should give all the job to our members. So there have a word is that no perfect person, but we can build perfect team. We should work like an ant. Every person power yourself and work and with the power of ant. So like the choice, power of choice, we can give our own power to our Choice International Group. So second one is set up the operation regulations. So for everywhere, if no rules, everything will be missing, and every person don't know what I should do and what they should do. So the third one is get the certification of the OBA factory. We can decrease from the levy from 10%. Sorry, we can decrease the duty from 10% to 5%. So let's work together. Make Made in Nigeria come true in this year. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We can make that round of applause loud for Mr. Herman Tan. One more time. He talked a bit about his journey at Choice, and then he spoke like a lecturer, like an astute professor, talking about the relationship between ethics, ability, and quality. I think that was really good. And then he said something really profound. He said the individual might not be perfect, but the team can be perfect. And he said that at Choice International, there is a conscious choice to choose perfection. Let's celebrate Herman Tan with a round of applause one more time. All right, it feels like testimonies, right? So to our next testifier, the Nigerians will understand what I'm saying, is that right? Temino Nikatsekwe. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. Can we welcome Temino?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my chairman, Chief Dana Chen. Good evening, Vice President, Mr. Idauso Linus. Good evening, good afternoon, CFO. Good afternoon, COO. Good afternoon, GM Jubri and GM Eman and Deputy GM Obina. I'm standing on existing protocol. Well, the communication I got was for me to make a speech, not actually a presentation, because I was far away in Abuja. I just came back on Saturday. So I actually presented a speech, not actually a presentation. Thank you. Please bear with me. I am very thankful and humbled to be invited to give a speech in this special occasion of the maiden edition of the Choice International Group Summit 2022, an event specifically put together to celebrate our company's success story in the end of 2021, the contributions of all staff towards the successful year, and also to recognize and reward staff who have performed excellently in the year ended 2021. I am very privileged to be recognized alongside other outstanding staff of the Choice International Group. I want to specially thank our amiable chairman, Chief Diana Chen, and the entire management of Choice International Group for the great honor of recognizing my good work. I want to also thank my superiors, Mr. Vincent K., Mr. Eman Tan, the entire SKD Ojoto and Ogba project team for keeping our department running seamlessly. I won't be standing here today without your support and commitment for excellent performance. Choice International Group is a very big business platform that provides great opportunities and career growth for staff who make persistent efforts to grow. The insights and benefits I have gained working with CIG Motors for over 4 years have given me the strong passion to change the narrative of being just a regular employee who just come to work to carry out routine tasks, earn money, earn salary, and go home, to an outstanding staff with the grit to continuously add significant value to the growth of the company and also to earn more. In my first week of joining CIG Motors in January 2018 as a senior admin supervisor, I quietly approached my team, my then line manager, Madam Mildred, as we fondly called her. And I said to her, Madam, this work is too much for me. I want more staff in my department. I remembered vividly what she said. Her response to me was, you just joined 1 week. You haven't proved your worth, and you are already asking for more staff. To cut the long story short, she said, go prove your worth and add value to this business. If you do so, you will get more earns as long as you can justify that they are going to add more value to our business. I held on to the add value mindset and I ran with it, together with hard work, dedication, teamwork, and strong will to get things done against all odds. Today, I have been able to grow to the position of a senior operations manager within 4 years, a role I now earn more than 55% salary increase for when I joined 4 years ago. I will not want to bore you with my key achievements for last year, because that is why I am being celebrated today and my team. But I want to talk more of the prospects for 2022 and encourage everyone sitting here today. I am very proud to stand in front of everyone here today to truthfully mention that in the course of my interactions and conversations with the officials of various government agencies and regulatory bodies that has visited our factory for one form of inspections or the other, they have genuinely expressed and appreciated our tremendous growth within the last 7 years. And most importantly, they are very happy with the number of jobs Choice International Group creates every year and the positive impact to the Nigerian economy. Like I rightly mentioned earlier on, Choice International Group is a very big business platform for tremendous career growth for all staff. And it also has a fantastic system in place to rewards and promotions. Therefore, I strongly encourage all staff to embrace these great opportunities our company offers us by giving our very best and shooting our best shots. We can all clearly see the various testimonies yielding from the huge capital investments the company is making in recent times in the ongoing construction of a world-class assembly plant for GAC, GRI, and Lonto in the Ogba Industrial Park, the transformation of the VI after-sales workshop to a world-class standard, the ongoing Abuja project, renovations, and lots more. Once again, I am indeed very honored to be found worthy to receive an award alongside other outstanding staff of Choice International Group. This will constantly inspire me to give more, because to whom much is given, much is expected. It gives me so much joy that our efforts are not being overlooked, and that each person in this room is a winner. And this award is a seal of what we can all achieve together. On a closing note, I want to tell each one of us present here today that it is you, that you should never, never, never give up. Even if you are convinced that it's all over, it is not over unless you want it to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Temi. Can we applaud him one more time? You know, when he said he didn't have a presentation and he had a speech, I was like, okay, this will be interesting. And it was truly interesting because I enjoyed listening to him. He emphasized the importance of inculcating a mindset of value. And not just that, rewarding it as well. So I think Choice International has done amazing by rewarding people who constantly deliver value, especially to the success of the organization. He also talked about the positive impact that Choice International has had on the Nigerian economy. And I must say that that is absolutely true. You know, creating jobs, especially with their partnerships with Lagos State government by providing 1,000 buses for the Lagos Ride. I think we should celebrate that. That is phenomenal. And also partnering with Dangote refineries, a lot of partnerships, because you understand that to go forward, you must collaborate and you must partner with organizations who are also going somewhere. So well done and congratulations one more time. As we move on today, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to bring up Mr. Jubril Arogundade for his presentation. A round of applause for Mr. Jubril Arogundade. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. my dear chairman, Triple Chief Dana Chen. She's the Onili Ajay of Euroland. And of course, she also has the chieftaincy title in Kogi and another one in Osun State. Like the MC say, she's more of a Nigerian than a Chinese. And I'm very sure very soon, all the Nigerian names, both Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, will give her all the names in Nigeria. So let me not waste time. My presentation today is pretty much to talk about my journey in CIG. And I title it Made by Choice. And the reason for this name is very key to me. Every one of us sitting here as staff of CIG today, we are all made by choice. We decided to join this company not by any force. We applied for the job, we went through the HR process, and we got the job. And then some of us here have been in this company for the past 4 or 5 years. Some have been here for 20 years. The choice to stay with somebody for more than 24 hours, another human being, is a very big job to do. So if you have chosen to stay in CIG for more than 1 month, counting to 1 year, 3 years, and like that, I think you deserve to always be happy for yourself. And I will tell you that I'm a product of Choice International Group. My story, a lot of you don't know my story, but I don't have time, so I'll just be very brief with it. I'm a very young person that owns my own company. I am an entrepreneur before I joined CIG Group. And my first encounter with chairman was very straight to the point. I knew I was meeting a mother, that is not my biological mother. She's too direct with what she wants. If you sit with chairman for 1 minute and you are able to survive 1 minute with her, trust me, you're already an important person. That's a fact I will tell all of you today. So my presentation is going to talk about my journey. So the next slide. So I will start by quoting this word from Rachel. It says, if you want someone to remember your message in a presentation, an article, or a report, tell a story. The best way we have been able to sell the 3 brands that I mentioned today in this summit in Nigeria in the past 7 years is because my chairman has always tell a story with the brand. Everything we have done in Nigeria is away from traditional buying and selling as a company. We always look for a way to tell a story, and that has changed the narrative of the business. A lot of Chinese brands are now in Nigeria, not because Nigeria has the population to buy cars, but because GAC Motor is successful. And that credit can only be given to Chief Dana Chen. So a little bit of myself. I currently stand on the position of the GM Commercial of CIG Motors, and of course, I'm also the Group Head Communication for the Choice International Group, under the umbrella of GAC, GRI, and Lonton. A little bit of myself. I joined the company in 2018, August. Now it's going to be about 3.5 years that I'm in the company, and it's amazing. I have reason. In my first 6 months of joining the company, I have a reason to leave the company, actually, in my first 3 months. I wanted to leave because I thought, like, Chairman, this is not the bargain now. This is not what we discussed, what we want to join. The job load that is on my table is massive. But she always says something to me. She said, if you want to be a great leader of this country one day, you must be able to make yourself, first of all, strong. How to make yourself strong is what you will see in the next slide. So these are my abilities. When I joined CIG, I'm just a young person. I'm a CEO myself or COO. I have my staffs, I do all my things. And then I come to a company where I have to do reports. And chairman, the company's standard is weekly report, mid-month report, monthly report, half-year report, quarterly report, yearly report. I'm like, chairman, report. She always said, Jubilee, you don't like reports. So what I did first was to empower myself with great proficiency in Microsoft Word softwares. I know how to use Microsoft very well, but I went deeper to understand. Every year, I now prepare the plan and budget for the company every year, and I use just Microsoft Word as a software to develop that book that I produce for the company every year. And every one of us here sitting here, we know what Microsoft Word is, right? But we don't use it enough. One of the things that Choice International Group will do for you is to, first of all, make you a newer version of yourself. You will find something amazing about what you think you know already that you don't know. First of all, we have a direct source of all the technologies we need from China. So she takes the pain to bring our colleagues from China to come to Nigeria and train the Nigerian staff on how to do these things. And those have helped me to be able to gain this knowledge, skills, and ability. All of this on the board, on the screen, are all things I am now, not what I was about 3.5 years ago. And thanks to Choice International Group for that. Next. These are some of the awards I've been able to be recognized for in CIG. The first award I received was after 6 months of joining the company as Star of Change. Because when I joined, immediately I changed the commercial department from their normal way of dressing to something more appealing to the brand. So that when people see us, the way you dress is the way you are dressed, right? So when people see us, they perceive us as real, serious-minded business people, and they are able to connect with us. So those are the first things. So I won an award for that. Also, I got another award for Outstanding Achiever, and the recent one, 2021 award, is the Pioneer Award. GAC China has also recognized me. In 2019, I got an award for Outstanding Marketing Manager, and 2021, I also got Outstanding Sales Manager Award from GAC. All of these things are possible because Choice International Group have been able to bring a bigger version of me. I've been able to take all the challenge that comes with the job. I've been able to take up the mantle of this challenge and convert them into opportunities for myself. And that's why I'm shining today. And the truth of the matter is, every staff that is in CIG, one thing I know that Chairman does very well is that we don't employ people that are not something. So if you're a member of CIG group, either London, GRI, or GAC, wherever you find yourself, you are already an important person for the company to employ you. All you need to do is to redefine yourself and make yourself better. So, how CIG Motors environment has influenced who I am. It has influenced me in the big way, like I said. I am somebody that likes to do things at my own pace before. But now, I learn how to do things at the pace of the structure and make sure that I deliver according to what the structure needs me to do. And that training can only be gotten in CIG, in today's corporate environment. There's also a 996 work style. This 996 work style is very familiar in Asia. And in China, is the normal way of work, right? So where you wake up in the morning, you go to work by 9, and you stay in the office till 9 p.m. in the evening. And then you work from Monday to Saturday. So right now, if I don't work like that, I'm not satisfied again. In 3 years, CIG has made that aspect of work now very easy for me. So what I do is that, now, a lot of people see working too much as a problem, right? But when you see the likes of, I want to say, I don't know, Chairman, if I'm allowed to say 1 minute silence to Uncle Joe of Dangote. This person is one of the most interesting person I've ever met, and I met him through our chairman, through CIG. We lost him of recent. He's the former MD, I think, of Dangote Cement, and is a big friend of Choice International Group. Please, if you permit me, I would like to do a 1-minute silence for him before I continue. May his soul rest in perfect peace. So what I'm saying in essence is that when you see that man before his lady, when you see him at that age, he works 24 hours. I've not seen him relax before. So that attitude of working very hard is something that we need to abide in ourselves. If we really want to take Nigeria to the next level, we cannot continue the way we are as a country. What made China change in less than 50 years? We have that capability in Nigeria to also change like that. But we need our youth to be more work-oriented. We need to spend more time working. Of course, we have to balance it by taking time to rest, right? But we need to spend more time to do the job that we need to do, because the time that we have is when we are youth. Once we are old, we don't have time to work again. So I will encourage all our staffs to put in the work that is required. Moving in the light is very important. Learning how to work with people is also very important. One of the first challenges I met when I joined CIG was learning how to work with my colleagues. It was very, very difficult for me. And I met Nigerians that have been in the company for 2, 3 years, 5 years, and I'm there and I'm changing things. It was very difficult. I have that issue, with them. But along the line, I understand that the issue is not difficult because every one of them want the growth of the company, right? And I want the same thing. So all I need to do is to learn how to work better with them. So what I did is not to change them. I changed myself. So I see my colleague as family. I see them as friends. And to God be the glory, I also have a landmark event in my life that happened. We just celebrate Mayo, which is, she find a husband, or the husband find her, if I put it that way, in CIG. I also found my wife in CIG. Yes. So CIG is beyond just work. It's beyond business. It's beyond 8 to 5 or 9 to 6. CIG is a home. Chairman, you are building a nation. This is a nation. And you now have Nigerians as your children. You have Germans. You have Indians. You have everybody with you. So I'm very happy to be part of CIG. I'm very happy to be part of this group. And I believe that if tomorrow I want to have an event, I don't need to look for who to invite, right? If I invite all of you, my food is finished already. So we're a big family, and I'm very happy to be moving in the light with CIG. So I'll make it quick now. So level of job. So my job in CIG is very simple. I handle communication to the best of my ability. I spend more time communicating, especially with chairman. Chairman can give you 1,000 briefs in 1 hour. So you have to be able to take all of them and deliver. And she's waiting for feedback for all these 1,000. It's crazy. But trust me, if you are able to pass that line with her, even when you are not with her again, you are now a demigod yourself, and you can do amazing things if you believe in yourself. So I also handle project management, like these projects we're having, coordinating with the vendors and all that. I handle that as well. I manage the sales units of CIG Motors, national head of sales, and also the marketing unit. And I've also built my leadership over time to be able to understand that leadership is not by strength, right? It's not by body size. It's not by how you talk or how loud your voice is. Leadership is about being smart enough to understand what people need, what your colleagues want, what are they looking for, and how to carry them along. Sometimes I've gone out of my way to have team bonding events with our staff, and I've seen another version of them, right? When you're in the office wearing our CIG shirt, we're always very humble in the office. But when you go outside and see what our staffs are doing, they are really amazing people. And when I connect with them like that, then I understand that in the job or on the job, I have to respect them no matter who they are. And that goes to the driver, to the technician, everybody. Respect, they say, is reciprocal. So as a leader, I must also be a follower. And those are the values that you get from CIG. So looking back, there are some events that defines all of what I've become in the company in the past 3.5 years. Next slide, please. So these are 5 basic steps that I follow. The first one is to understand the brand and audience and speak in an authentic voice. Chairman will always tell you, speak clearly. Don't rigmarole, right? Speak on the point. Just say it the way it is. Good or bad, say it the way it is. And that has been a value that I've gotten from the company. I got, another thing is to get the facts straight, right? Using the 5 W's. Get the 5 straight. Know who, where, and when, and all that. The power of specific, detail, and imagery. You must be able to use image to sell your idea, right? The GS4 has come. It's in our office. It's a brand new car. We are doing pre-order now. You can buy the car right now on pre-order and get an amazing discount. Somebody needs to say that to a customer. So take your phone, take the pictures, take the specification, go on WhatsApp, market it. You must use imagery and storytelling to market all the products that we have. And those are the values that CIG gives and things I know. So another thing is show, don't tell. So instead of you talking too much, just show the work, right? So this is also a value that I follow in CIG. Last but not the least is know the end at the beginning. It's only in CIG that when you start something, you must be able to see the picture of the end. If you cannot see the picture of the end, there's no need to start. You need to go back to your drawing board and replan again. And those are the 5 basic steps. So this memory, Chairman, I would like to put this up. This memory, these pictures, as pictures taken from the past, and it shows some of the activities. Some of the pictures there, I have Madam Judy, which is one of our strongest assets to this Choice International Group. I am a product of Madam Judy. I will tell myself that. I learned from her directly, and that helped me. One of the things I would like to share here today is that if you're a staff of CIG, please don't overthink too much about how to solve problems. In China, all the templates is ready. They give it to you, do little tweak, you are perfect. And in Nigeria, you are number 1. So Madam Judy taught me that techniques, and since I've been applying it, it's been working for me. And that's why our picture is there. Chairman is doing the row count on the staff and addressing us. That's our former uniform before we now change to the beautiful uniform we have now. We also had events where we met. That's the executive governor of Lagos State before he became the governor. We already have interaction with him. So these are some of the events. Mr. Steven, we traveled all over Nigeria, about 5 or 6 states in the east and in the north. So these are some of the amazing pictures. When I look back at these pictures, I see myself that I've grown a lot, right? Physically, I've grown. Also, mentally, I'm a different person. And all of these credits I have to give to Chairman, Chief Dana Chen, and Choice International Group. So here is understanding my team, taking them on, a dinner, making sure that I connect with them properly, so making sure that they also connect with me properly. So we did that as well. This is when we met the governor of Kogi State. Here is about knowing who, what, where, when, and why you need to market. So all of these 5 W's help you to identify your customer. Now, image is like I said, is very important. So here is on a trip to China. I was opportune to be on that trip with the delegates of Lagos State, with Chairman. And these images are things that we use today to market. When you see us, when you see the association between GAC Motors today and Lagos State government, you would understand that if you are a Nigerian and you are using another automobile brand, you are wasting your time, right? The Nigerian government, the government of Lagos State, are shareholders of GAC. And that only happened because Chief Dana Chen made it happen. And I'm very proud to be a Nigerian the day that happened. Taking the lead is the last one. This is at the Lagos State 1,000 unit handover ceremony where all the technicians, all the men that did not sleep for over 1 week before that event, we made it happen. We delivered our roadshow successfully, and that's taking the lead. Like I said, if you want to be a leader, you must be a follower. So when I'm with them, I'm not a leader. I am their mate. We are together, and we are all enjoying having a good time with the work. So how to improve myself and be better, because whatever I am now is not the end of the road. I need to keep going better. The first thing I need to do moving forward, Chairman and all my mates, is to build strong mid-level managers across the units. This is very important. If we have senior managers that are very strong and the middle managers are very weak, you will find a system that is shaky, right? So the mid-level managers, we need to build strong people that will become future leaders of this group tomorrow. And this is my key assignment I want to do, to work with chairman and work with all the senior staff, the COOs, the CFO, and everybody to make sure we achieve this one. Develop a system for workflow with complex reporting line in mind. We have staffs in Abuja. We are going to have staffs in Ibadan, in Port Harcourt. I should be able to create a working system that allows me to get reports from them that is very efficient. And thanks to the management, we're working on that. Differentiate project team from regular unit staff. Now, for this event to be a success, we must be able to create a project team staff that their job is to engage in events like this, right? And when we assign tasks to all the staff to do, somebody should also know how to follow up and get it done. So all of these are things that I want to really emphasize on. The B2B customer loyalty and purchasing order is something we should be big on, the sales department across board. GRI, GAC, London, we need to do this also this year. Close all contracts within 3 days of initiation. That means that if you have a contract in your hand that you need to close, give it a 3 days timeline to close it. Anything you cannot close in 3 days is already a long story. And you know how Nigerians can be. When somebody wants to pay today for a car and you are talking story, tomorrow you might be buying a house. So you must know how to get the money, from the client when the time is right. Build a strong internal creative team as well to support our external creative agencies that we have so that our job is very smooth as well. Manage external relationship with early brief, physical meetings, understanding on-site execution, and creating a 7 days reconciliation policy that is supported by everybody. Whatever job we do with an external party, we should close it in 7 days. These are some of the things that I would like to do. Because storytelling and visual storytelling was put in the hands of everybody, we have all now become storyteller. All I'm saying here is that for you to have a successful journey, you must document yourself. Please, your phones are not meant for just messaging or whatever. They're also meant to document. Document all your job. Document what you're doing. Create proper record of yourself and use those things to tell a story that will employ more people to want to be like you. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jubril. Sitting here and listening to everything that our members of staff have had to say has been really fascinating. And I'm saying that much more than the internal stakeholders. I'm sure that our external stakeholders and partners must be excited at the very amazing things that Choice International Group is up to. A round of applause one more time. I mean, we can't get tired of celebrating Choice International.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the annual Choice International Summit, and it's been a wonderful occasion so far. We've heard from different speakers about their experience being part of this great organization, but I think it's only right that we hear from the visionary, the one who has brought this team together. We've heard a lot of people talk about her in glowing terms, but she is our Yeye Onile Aje of Iruland. Very shortly, we're going to have a video that will introduce her. But, Moji, there's something you want to say.
No, I just love how visionary she is. She's an exceptional leader, and I think everyone has said the same thing. So, exceptional, outstanding, impeccable, delectable, amazing, an Amazon, a hardworking woman, a dogged woman who is consistently and constantly breaking the bias and reminding us of how it can be done. I mean, if she can do it, it's a proof that it can be done. So thank you for, shattering the glass ceilings and telling us how it can be done.
Can we put our hands together for our chairman, Chief Diana Shen? So we'll have a short video introduce her, and then we'll usher her up after that.
Life is a game. The more choice you make, the farther you go, unlocking new levels of opportunities and hitting milestones that take you to the top. Now, it's time to hear from that person, the one that has gone through numerous series of fire and ice to rise to the peak of the echelon. With a resounding ovation and a rising salute, please welcome on stage the only woman with 3 chieftaincy titles in Nigeria, the one who has infused the power of choice within various countries around the world, adding Nigeria to the list. She is no other than the CEO of Choice International Group Nigeria, Chief Diana Chen.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, please make welcome Chief Diana Chen, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Choice International.
Good morning, good afternoon. Please sit down. It is our time to celebrate ourselves. It is also our time to know why we should celebrate here. And also it is our time to know how and where we should go next. That's, for me, at this moment, I'm thinking why we are gathering here. We had this Choice International annual summit. We get the name a little big, but we wish this big name can become the star in the sky to guide us the way we should go. It is a 4-hour event, but because some colleagues little late, so we made the program into 3 hours. And I know some of you maybe have some stress on your back or on your body or on your muscle, but please, if you need some refreshment, we shall continue for this event. Shall I ask or shall I do some? I mean, everybody is still comfortable on your seats? Are you sure? All right, so let's continue. So 3-hour events now from 4. The first part for me, it is just a kind of continue to celebrate the excellence. As a chairman, I don't see the way to award or to honor a staff. It just, at the end, you give him the plaque, or you give him the money, or you give him the materials. That's the end of the award. For me, the Rainy Award, it is start from all those people who get recognized. We start to celebrate them. That's the real award for me, to appreciate those staff, those excellent, who bring excellence back to the organizing, who contribute the value to the company, and deserve this kind of next level of celebration. So we bring today's event, the first part that we continue or we just new celebrate our excellent staff from 2022. Most of the people, they see the way some of our staff, they do their presentation. Even the First Lady, right, Nikki. As a chairman, sorry, I don't know you before. I get the award. But this moment, I start to see you, the way you can grow. And so it is a platform to everybody, use it to really to express yourself and dedicate your desire in front of your other colleagues. Okay. And the next part is start from now. That's my speech. My speech at the beginning, I designed for 2 hours. Why? Because since we get the name as International Summits, I don't want to just give the plaque or give the prize to you or to those persons who get the nominate as awardees. In my heart or in my mind, all of you are excellent as long as you are staying with us and work with us. And some others, they are not getting the award. For me, they are still as good as a good sample for us to work. So what I want to give to all of you, I want to share some good story, or good knowledge, or good something to all of you. If there's something from today, my 1-hour presentation can plant in your seed, I think that's the value for me to stay here. Okay, so this is the background of my title, apart from as a chairman of Choice International. I'm also the vice chairman of China F Business Council. That's one of the biggest China International Council based in Beijing, China. And the major mission of this council that promotes both China and all those African countries in the economic and also non-government policy and also partnership. I'm the chief representative of CABC in Nigeria. And currently, our major job or role to play is that we need to engage ourselves in the next 3 years to promote all those Senegal 2020 Senegal forecast statement. In the next 3 years, it is our job to promote the policy from China to all the African countries. So, my education. My last education that I got the MBA from HSBC Business School, Peking University. Our Prime Minister now, it is graduate from Peking University. Our President, a graduate from Tsinghua University. So Tsinghua and Peking University are these two toppest universities in China. And I'm so glad and also so appreciate I spent 2 years in this university, studied the MBA, Master Business Degree. The MBA study 2 years are helping me to building the international company as my real vision and mission to expand my career. Why I don't stay in China, I come to Africa. Because I want to practice after what I learned in that 2 years. My topic of today is that I want to introduce some management. Because since I come to Africa, especially Nigeria, I found something very challenging. The people is very aggressive, the people work hard, the people have so much talent, the people want to do something, and the people are hungry. Hungry for food, hungry for money, hungry for achievement, hungry for name, hungry for everything. But at the end, when we look at the work we deliver, we always find this scatter. There's something wrong from the beginning at what you plan. That's why I keep thinking myself, what can we bring those people's work into the way they're supposed to do? That we always continue to think about the management. The management, it is a series. It is not something that you really can describe. But when one day I look at my diaries, and I just remember the person, Peter Drucker. So, who's Peter Drucker? Today, 2020, I can contribute to my business growth. So an executive worker always can have the capability to self-learning and self-management. That's why he says, even those people you don't have subordinate, if you use knowledge to empower yourself, you are a supervisor. This is different to tell. What's the manual worker and what's the knowledge worker difference? The way to manage the manual worker and the way to manage the knowledge worker are different. When you are executive mindset, and also you build yourself as a knowledge worker, you don't need too many supervision. Yourself are the supervision. But for the manual worker, you need to do a lot of instruction to them, how to what, to do what. You need a process for them to go through. The knowledge worker are they themselves to create the process. They themselves to study the trouble, to observe the challenge, and to find the solution and the answer back to the case, and start to build the process to solve the problem. And the process they are building are also the most simple and efficient solution. Simple like that, like our logistics department. In the past, we had so much challenge in the import logistics, and we suffer so much. All the time, our colleague report to me, just, Chairman, you know our custom now, you know our port now, you know our Nigerian way to do. But I'm not able to really understand what's going on the custom. Until recently, since last year, I put Mayo into that position. Since I put Mayo into that position, she used 2 months to carry herself, to carry her team, stay most of the time at the port, stay most of the time in different custom office, whether whether Apapa or Tinka or any others. Write it down. And with that information, I continue to make any of my event. This is another thing we talk later. But what I'm saying that to mobilize this 1,000 car from the driver, from the custom, from the port, from channel office, it is a huge, dedicated, detail of work, and also sacrifice. He and Mayo stay at the port until midnight. Not 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And they are the person, even during this custom strike, to use their way to engage the custom, continue to open the special window for us to clean our car out. So if any of our manager, when they bring back the result, he knows the result is not good, and he's still telling me something, Chairman, because today it is Muslim Day. Chairman, because today it is World War, so our staff are late. When the result is not good, I don't want to hear that kind of excuse. You should arrange the work at the beginning when you know what kind of result we want to achieve for today's event. We want to achieve a successful and very disciplined event to show our staff are disciplined person. We are not allowed to fail. We have the way to process our all different information since last 2 days. But because our senior manager and our manager, they are not doing the procedure, the result is not good. I'm talking about this result is that. So from this executive management, you should learn how to produce your objective into breakdown of small tasks. That's the power of executive management, because you are not just stay in the same level of management, you upgrade into executive levels. So knowledge worker, I always say, he had the way to process the trouble and bring into the success of ways. From now, Mayo, she can be very confident to tell me that, Chairman, any of our CIG car can process within 2 weeks, because all the procedure we have pre-declared when the vessel arrived. We are using one of our cases to learn or to know the procedure, analyze, and moving are the key to the success. Next. 5 key essence that Dr. Peter Drucker to let us know how to be effective. You know the time, you know how to focus on contribution, you need to make strengths productive. First things first, make effective decision. These 5 steps to make effective, it is a lot of where we see we can really, when we review our work. So as executive manager, you know everybody time is very limited, and we have very tight schedule. The time management are the key success for us to build our calendar. Maybe we have 100 work, or 20 work, or only 10 work in your table. I always tell my COO, please, I know you're very busy. Every day when you sit down, at least 50 people knock his office, just go into his office, report plenty of trouble to him. But I always tell him, COO, please write down only 5 or important things of today you need to deliver to the company, not just deliver downline. Yeah. So manage it on the time. First of all, check your time. If you review your notes yesterday, you had done 20 work, but among these 20 work, now that you get satisfied, then you know you should focus only few of work, and you make that few of work to be your yesterday or today's achievement, because your work is for today's achievements. So management time, one of that is that check your time and review it and reconcile it. Those time you observe, it is giving you value. That's the time management you can develop for yourself. Focus on contribution. Most of the people, we work very hard, very hard, very hard. One of the cases I always talk to one of my managers. I say, I know you are a very hard worker, very hard. I can smell it. Yes. But I want you focus to do some contribution. When you're doing the contribution, it's not only you're giving to your team, the more important thing, you can use it time being to motivate the team's achievements. And also when you communicate with your upline downstairs, upline boss, you are able to present your value, your contribution. So contribution are very key when you say your task, it is finished, or you have job, build the task. Because your tasks are not relative, no value. Your tasks are built in relative, some contribution. Make strengths. Make strengths. When I come to Nigeria, to be honest speaking, I don't know me so much. I know I'm a hard worker. I like to do something new, but where's my strength? I keep asking me. But luckily, I met one of my good friends, Mr. Niners. He continued to encourage me and help me to develop what is my strength. He's the person are able to observe you, study you, and help you to bring out the strengths. And for that strength, are giving us the way always move on. Because sometimes it's not everybody are able to find yourself the talents. And even you find yourself talents, the way you build your strengths, you also need someone to help you to break in. So when we have good friend, a good leader, a good teacher, a good friend are able to help you to find the strengths for you. It is a very, very appreciated thing we need to keep. Appreciation. I'm able to understand Nigeria a little bit. I'm able to know I can do much better beyond the world I city in China than here, because I had this chance to continue. So for that kind of continual strength development, I keep it in my whole life. And the same thing I want and I wish all of you, as I say, if anybody who are able to motivate you and give the strength in your life, please take it as a treasure. There's nothing you can buy. So develop a strength to your downline, develop a strength to yourself, to develop strength to the people. It is the value of us as a manager or as a leaders. Strength development, it is our motivation or the people management. Some of the managers, they complain. I get instruction, but the people didn't follow it. Or I give the word to them, but they cannot deliver because they don't have chance. I told Mr. Jubil, I said, Jubil, if you are not able to produce or have another 2 Jubil around you, you are not a good leader. So I want all the managers, all the supervisors, you should have the capability to build the strengths of the people who work around you. First things first, process management. We have 100 things need to solve. We want to become the trouble solver of the world. We want to become almighty, but we know we cannot. So we need to use one way to measure, what's the first of today we need to close? What's the first things we want to close this month? What's the first target or objective or mileage we will need to achieve this year? That first are giving ourselves priority to do. It's not that this one is not important. Yes, it is important, but it's not urgent. This one is urgent, but it is not important. We cannot always distract by some other unexpected plan to interrupt our plans. I don't like those people to interrupt our plan or our movement. I try to avoid it because our plan are those things we are able to think it through and put into the paper, and we are able to gather a lot of people to set it as a target. How can we allow some other thing to distract it and not allow our plan to deliver to the result we want? First thing, it's not the matter that, okay, this thing, it is urgent, accident, or whatever. It is because we have put our all through together and we build it as the target for the group of people. It is beyond everybody's himself. It is a group target. It is a group mission. We must achieve it. So don't allow your too many accidents, your too many attractions to distract your target or distract your achievement or what you want to finish today. If someone, even today or this week, the plan you do and you cannot fulfill it at least 60 or 70%, you don't have foundation. You don't have the base to say, okay, I'm moving. We can allow maybe 10% or maximum 20% has something interrupt. We take it as urgent, but we don't allow them maximum more than 20%. Because if we allow those accidents enter our plan, then we are not an organizer, we are not a manager, we are a firefighter. Wherever there's a fire, we go to seize it. That's scale of work, not enough. That's why to say this company need a notary report. Yes, we need a notary report, especially the monthly plan and weekly plan. I always tell my manager, you must build for yourself and also you must build for your team. Because at the end of the time, you should use it to measure, right? Based on that, do we achieve 50% and do we achieve 60%? Or we completely abandon it? And the way when you found you abandon your plan day after day, one after one, then you know, sorry, I'm not a good manager. If I'm not a good manager, that is no result we can deliver. Because another trouble or challenge will bring to us. But if we are able to at least finish our 60 or 70% of the target, day after day, day after day, this 60 or 70% will multiple into huge success. That's what I'm saying. Make your task to task into the measurement. You must measure it. You don't jump it. You don't use today's EQ to explain yesterday what happened. No. Make effective decision. We had done 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we are not a decision maker, sorry, we can't bring the result to the team. I talked to my CFO. I said, my CFO, you are very knowledgeable. You are very knowledgeable. And you know so many things. Also good writing. But please, make decision by yourself. You saw something happen there, right? And you know that something happened not yesterday. It is the day before yesterday. So since your job, use your way to close it. A decision to be made at the last step to close all your previous work. I told, where's Obiner? Obiner is here? Mr. Obiner. Thank you. Sometimes chairman shouting to you, right? Too much pressure give to you. But I want you to learn, to be a decision maker. Because your position, our company already empower you. You need to make some level of decision. And based on decision, to continue to build your team. If your team are not being built up by the decision you build to them, you just allow them to do whatever they do. It is not giving the contribution to the organization. Today, CIG motto, after-sales service, is not one workshop are able to carry the responsibility to face the challenge. We need a massive after-sale manpower, after-sale management system, and also after-sale spare part logistics solution. So you need to quickly bring yourself from a workshop manager into an after-sale service, into an after-sale business development. That it is the level you should build yourself. How? To become a decision maker, to close so many work in some level of you and also empower your downline. I give you example, right? If I'm going to give you 10 workshops across the country, how are you able to manage it? You cannot tell me, since you joined the company, you are not able to travel across all those authorized upsales dealers because you are waiting for approval for your travel. It's not that. You need to move forward to bring the result to the company. You should be very confident to tell the company, Chairman, I'm able to bring 10 quality after-sale authorized dealers in the last 1 month. Am I going to set up another 2 powerful after-sale team who are compliant with this different level of technician, this different level of SA, provide the quality of custom wants? There's no boss for you anymore, I told him. You are the boss. You must know the way you should grow. So managing the time, focus on the contribution, develop the strengths of yourself and your people, priority your work, make decisions at the level you are able to do today. If you are able to use these 5 ways every day to review your work procedure, you are on the way to be excellent executive management. Next. This is talk about the major reality over which executive has essentially no control. Just now we talked about the way we can control, the way we should dedicate, the way we should understand to build our knowledge to control the world. But of course, at the same time, we also know we are not an individual or isolated body survive living in this country. Everybody are relative to others. We are one of the organizations in the country of Nigeria. We are one of the organizations in the world. So there are so many things, it is out of our control. How do we look at them? Do we look at them as a very negative way? Or we still see, we know there's so many things out of our control, but we had the wisdom to recognize relative to those uncontrolled and the way we are able to control. We need to have the way to build the connection with uncontrolled and in control. The first example then, the executive time tend to belong to everybody else. That's the case 9 hours. The higher position you are there, the higher position you will see, you are everybody's boss. You are everybody's trouble solver because you have more responsibility. The executives are forced to keep on operating unless they take positive action to change the reality in which they live and work. This is talking about, I think Nikki should give an example, right? As a position of accountant, there are so many other departments will interrupt you, will involve you, because those one is not your control. It is by control, it is the nature of the business. What you need to do that, instead of you just operate to do your small job. Some of our staff in accountant, finance department, I told my manager, I said they are not good enough because they only to see this the work they finished. But how this work are interact with the other department, they don't want to go. They just want to sit on their table, on their chair. They heard the news, but they don't go to verify the news. Because they don't verify the news or the information they collect from the other department, they make this wrong or misinformation to build another challenge to the senior decision maker. And that uncertain bring unconfidence and uncertain of decision maker. I cannot make any decision if somebody bring me unconfirmed information. So that's why I say the executive, manager or executive, your job then to move the level of your operating level into a little bit interact. You need to have the capability to interact the matter of the people. The third reality pushing the executive toward effectiveness is that he is within an organization. This talk about some of the reality or challenge is that it's not just because you do the work. Most of the challenge, most of the reality are coming in because we are inside the cycles. Because we are inside the cycle, the information we want to get from outside, we are not able to get. So the way we're thinking inside, it is impossible. It is impossible. There's no way. But when you start to connect with others, you see the way it can be done easily. So you need to have the way to interact the outside of your organization. Outside of organization, there are so other sources are suitable or waiting for you to go to collect. Knowledge workers are really influenced with each other. Most important are not people who he has control, but sideways or superiors. The executive is within an organization. The truly important events on the outside are not the chain. They are change in the chain. Sorry, go back to that page. The last one. The truly important events on the outside are not the chain. They are change in the chase. Any executive in the organization, we find the way to manage ourselves. We also find the way what is happening outside. We don't allow ourselves just flow whatever happens outside. We should allow ourselves, use our internal knowledge, use our internal information, use our internal product, use our internal something to flow with the level of outside chain. So at the end, we still become the leader of the change, and not just the follower without direction of the chain. This thing, we use Huawei as an example. Huawei is the biggest high-tech company in China, in the world. Huawei has so many opportunities to go to other business if they want. But the leader and the founder of Huawei, he himself get the organization from beginning to now. Huawei are only focused on communication area. That's why Huawei are able to build himself to the leader of technology or company in China. We have so many big companies in China. In the last 10 years, they grow, they fall down. They grow, they fall down. Because whenever they reach the success, they go to another area to build. The more they expand, the more out of control they don't know are waiting for them. The recently happened is that Evergrande in China, one of the biggest companies in China, they just falling down. It's very unhappy, very unfortunately. So how can we flow with the change of the chain? Are also related to our self-control and our self-management. In Peter Drucker's management knowledge, this management knowledge is not just targeted to manage a company or manage a person. It can be managing or every area if you really read through his book. Next. To close my today's speech, this is 3 messages I repeat again to tell all our colleagues, our friends that we know the way we should go, focus to the management, but at the same time, these three things are also a success secret in your work. First of all, you need to do a very clear and clean job. Get every information in a clear way and clean the job in time. PDCA. PDCA, it is a new way of management chain, which I just mentioned. Professor Duncan invents this PDCA. He's the person to build Japan into today's technology. Plan, develop, do, check, action. Everything you do, you use PDCA to synchronize it. Real man. We are all business. We do car, we do AC, we do non-ter. We are keep looking for business partner. Apart from, we need to have our people, our staff, our colleagues as the people management. We also have the way to manage the people outside. So people management, people, business people, we need to look for real man. Someone who has money, who has capability, who want to do the work today. That's the real man policy. So, thank you once again. A little bit over my 1 hour. I wish my today's speech, I'm not a professor, but I want to share my knowledge or experience with all of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for our dear Chief, Diana Chen. Even though she said she's not a professor, when someone starts a presentation with a few slides from Peter Drucker, that's a professor move. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Professor Chief Diane Chen. That presentation was rich, it was instructive, it was inspiring, and it was a rallying call for everyone here who is part of Choice International to commit to taking the organization to the next level. As I said, she started off quoting and speaking from Peter Drucker, who is the father of modern management thinking. And it was Peter Drucker himself who said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And I think that was the essence of what Chief just did. She's basically said that we in this room have the power to choose the future that Choice International will have. And it's by effective management, it's by making the right decisions, it's by being productive, and all the other things she said. So one more time, let's thank Chief Diana Chen with a round of applause. Thank you so much. My co-host Mojibade said it that this feels such like a great organization to work with, and just to be under the mentorship and tutelage of Chief Diana. But it's also instructive that we are seeing too many weddings. There's one that will happen today. Mr. Ogundade said he met his wife here. So I'm still single, Chief Diana. So I'm sending in my CV for the sole purpose of finding a wife. Can somebody shout hallelujah? Please put your hands together. Put your hands together. I think that's actually a wonderful thing. So I've been told to tell you that your colleague who's getting married today will have a reception at around 5:30. So we're going to have lunch shortly after our closing remark. And after that, if you want to hang around, or you want to quickly go home and change and put on your ashwebi and your gele, we're inviting you to join that party when we celebrate with your colleagues who are getting married at 5:30. But before we get to lunch, because I imagine that a number of us are excited for that, it's my honor to bring up Mr. Linus Idahosa to deliver closing remarks. Can we welcome him? One more time for Mr. Linus.
A very good afternoon to each and every one of us. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I was going to come out here and give a very interesting exercise, but I won't do that because I can see the hunger in some faces. I can feel it from here. Trust me. But there's something that is really important that I need to kind of just share with you as we do our closing remarks. Most of the things that you've heard here today, quite a number of things you've heard, they are, some people would listen to them and leave this place and remain the same. There are some people who would have picked certain things from here that will change their lives forever. And this, unfortunately, is the saddest story about things that happen in Africa. An opportunity will be standing right before you, but you won't even recognize that it's an opportunity. One person will discover that opportunity and will change their entire destiny. And sometimes they won't even realize that they caught something that changed their lives forever. Chief Diana walked up here and spoke for about an hour. And she was talking about her experience and how someone's philosophy changed her entire life. And I was trying to observe the facial grimaces of people just listening, to feel, to kind of get a sense of what they were receiving from it. And I said to myself, I know that only a few people will understand the depths of all the things you've heard here today. And so this brings me to something really very important for every one of you here. If you don't understand what the vision of Choice International is, you're like someone who is driving a car with no destination. So you might be coming to work, leaving from the mainland all the way to the island every single day, and have absolutely no idea why you're doing what exactly it is you're doing. One of the little gifts that I believe God has given to me is a gift of vision, to be able to see beforehand things that will come. And I recognized this gift a long time ago. And I made up my mind that I was going to build it as a person. This company is going to be one of the most sought after multinational companies, not in Africa, but in the world. Listen, I'm not telling you something to make you feel excited about. I'm telling you what is going to happen. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have quietly observed the trajectory of this company through the leadership of Chief Diana. And that's why I said, if you paid attention very well to all that you heard here, someone's life would have been changed completely. Every person who is sitting here today, you're not just a product of management principles. And as a human being, there are two sides to every human being. There is the physical side, and there is the spiritual side. That is why sometimes, some of you, you find out there is a zeal for you to want to do something different in your departments. But someone says something to you that hurts your spirit, and you find yourself feeling frustrated to even work. It is because there are two identities operating in each individual. There's the physical and there's the spiritual. So many times we spend all the time building our physical side. Management principles, how we dress, how we look. But the most important part that you have in this life is your spirit. And if you're not able to cater to your spirit, your productivity will be flawed. No matter how interested you are in growing or developing yourself. And I'm not talking about religion now. This is not about Christianity or Islamism or any of those things. No. I'm talking about that part of you that is responsible for the success that you can receive in this company. And I pray that someone hears exactly what I'm saying. The people who will change the fortunes of this country and the people who will change the fortunes of this company, they might be seated here, but they might not know what they have inside. Because by the time they spend the time leaving Ligalia Yorinde, entering Lagos traffic, going all the way to Ikorodu, and when they get home, they're already tired. There's no time to do the most important transaction of your spirit, which is to meditate and to think about why you are doing what it is you're doing. The way you feed your body with food, everything, listen to me very well, everything that you feed on, including the food that you will eat this afternoon, everything comes from the dust of this ground. Everything. And because it comes from the dust of the ground, that is what is responsible for keeping you alive. So when this body dies, this body goes down to that same dust because everything that you need to survive on this plane comes from there. The same thing that also happens with your spirit. Your spirit does not come from dust. It's from a different place. And the only way you can activate the power of your spirit, and by spirit for our Chinese brothers, I have studied Chinese philosophy long before I understood some of the tenets of the Oriental religions and some other religions. It was a personal decision of mine to understand these principles. And so I'm not telling you things that I don't practice. Your ability to fire your imagination is a product of the transactions you have with your spirit. Being able to sit down and ask yourself questions before you leave the house. What am I going to do in this department that will change the fortunes of this company and also be recognized for it? What do I need to do to ensure that no word that comes from anybody makes me feel different about myself? No matter the curses, no matter the insults, no matter the demotivation, in spite of all that, your spirit remains firm because you paid attention to building it. But unfortunately, there is the greatest enemy that most of our young people face in this country, and that enemy is the enemy of social media. The distraction of social media. Scientists will tell you that there's a chemical called dopamine that is released every time there is excitement. People who drink alcohol or people who take drugs, there is a particular kind of chemical that is released when you want to get high. It is that same chemical that is released when you take on your phone and you're spending most of your time studying or knowing what is happening across all social media circles. What you do not realize is happening to you is that you are being trained by something every day. All the information you see online is not coming to an empty space, it's coming to your spirit. You might not know, but you are in a school, in a totally different school, when you spend all that time doing that. And that dopamine, that energy and zest that you feel, that's why when you wake up in the morning, you find people, before they even say a word, before they say I love you to their wives, or before they move to the left or to the right, they take their phone first. But you don't realize it's an addiction. And then because the world is moving so fast, Jubril was talking earlier on today about reports. Most people don't even have time to even sit down and go through reports anymore. You want things to happen very, very quick because of the age of social media. Here is what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen. This company is going somewhere. And mark my words, it is. But the way it will happen, and the people who will benefit from it, are those people who are able to tap the imaginative recesses of their mind to say, this is where this company is going. We want to build 10 service centers. I will create a model in my mind for what those service centers would look like. I will isolate all the challenges that we will face in building these centers. I will create a plan, I will draw it, I will meditate on it, and I will present it at the right time. And execute it flawlessly. And demand, as the Bible says, every laborer deserves his what? Wages. And then you'll be surprised at what that will do for you as a person. My closing remarks is in this. Greatness is on the inside of each and every one of you. Only very few will find it. The only way to find it is to invest in your spirit. When you invest in your spirit by paying attention to things that others do not pay attention to, there is absolutely no place that you cannot reach. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Mr. Linus Idahosa. Thank you for that. Part closing remark, part visionary speech to wrap up what has been a wonderful day of conversations, a wonderful day of presentations, and a wonderful day to rally the Choice International Nation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the conclusion of the first half of today's event. We are going to have lunch next, and lunch is happening next door. So if you step out of the main entrance, how you came, and you just go to your left and go in, we have a special area that we have prepared for you, and there's more than enough for your delight at lunch. It's been an honor to serve you. My name is Oluwaseun. I also worked with Mojibade Show. It's been an honor to be part of Choice International today, and we look forward to doing this some more. We have Sharp Band, and remember, as I said, there's a party at 5:30 to celebrate your colleagues who are getting married today, and you are all specially invited. Look at your neighbor. Tell your neighbor you are invited. Tell your neighbor you are invited. Tell your neighbor, I would like to see you there. Tell your neighbor, I will see you on the dance floor. And you know, as Mr. Linus has told us, we have to look after our spirit, so we can't lie today. So if you said those words, it means I'll see you at 5:30 p.m. But we have a video to close the event, so please don't leave yet. The video closes the event, and it'll be lunch time, so bon appetit. Thank you.
Choice can do for you. Now,
Has the video gone for lunch already? So let's follow the video for, or should we wait? Okay, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's lunchtime. Bon appetit. As we said, the lunchroom is... Okay, so I believe I've just been informed that there is an order with which we would step out, just so that there's some orderliness towards the lunch area. So we're going to go out one row after the other. So we would have our chairman and her entourage leave first, and then row after row we'll proceed. So thank you so much. See you at 5:30.